What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. I wanted to talk about XRP. I've wanted to talk about it over the past few days, and I just haven't had time. But I'm making time today. I'm not going to make an Onyx coin video. The idea was to make like 5 or 6 videos today, but I spent a lot of time on the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash videos, so my time is kind of short pressed. Looking at this here for XRP, enough excuses. Let's get on with our bad selves, okay? We haven't really missed much. I know I haven't talked about it in like a week or maybe a few days. I don't know how long it's been, but we really haven't done too much in that time. We're just consolidating here. XRP, on that note, is actually holding up better than even Bitcoin did, and I think most cryptos have. It hasn't. You didn't see like a dramatic recovery yesterday with Bitcoin, but still 5% up is nice. A little bit of volume. I don't know what to make of this consolidation phase overall. You can call it a pennant if you want to. I don't know if we're looking at it right, calling it a pennant. I would just say we saw some volatility here, and really we're kind of in this horizontal channel right here. That's my expectation, but whatever. There's a million ways to slice this, okay? If we're looking at this on the short-term stuff, we're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame. I don't know if I said it, but it's the 5th day of March. Here we are. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, the RSI looks pretty good, actually, you guys. Looks pretty good. Take these lows here, connect the dots, and it does seem like we have a bullish trajectory. We are literally rejecting the oversold zone while infiltrating the overbought zone. It's nice to see. Holding up above the 50 here, at least. That's good to see. I think a good goal for XRP, for any XRP people, if you're bullish right now in the moment, we don't want to see the price go below $1.41, okay? You want to hold these higher lows. It's okay if you do. It's totally fine if you do. But that might promote more consolidation, right? That might even promote the idea that we go back down to this like $1.35 kind of area, okay? And that's not a problem. It's just, wouldn't you rather us move up right now? Wouldn't you rather that we're in some type of higher low dynamic and that we move up right now? Actually, in that kind of sense, you know, maybe it would be good to go a little bit lower. I don't know if it would. Again, I don't know if it would. Maybe it would. Maybe it would, because maybe you would actually get that support there. Maybe that's the call that we should make, actually. And you're rejecting the overbought zone. Yeah, okay, so maybe we do. I take it back. It's not a big deal if you go below, and it wasn't even a big deal before if you go below $1.41. Maybe we come down, we find support around $1.38, $1.35, $1.39, whatever. We're at $1.43. It's not dramatic, but something a little bit lower. Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense because you moved up here. Everybody's probably calling this a bull flag, and then once it breaks out, everybody gets excited. But really, this was never the bull flag. This was the bull flag. It's larger. We're going to come down, find support at the base of that. Again, find support at this trend line with the RSI, find support at the trend line in the price, sing kumbaya, and start to recover. So maybe for the rest of the day, we do pull back a little bit. We'll see. Stochastics look like they're struggling a little bit. We didn't get overbought. The MACD looks decent, but you are building a little bit of bearish momentum here. You can afford to come lower. It still look good. So that's the call. You'll go down a little bit. Maybe today, the 5th day of March, is not going to be as exciting for XRP as people would want it to be, but that's okay. Tomorrow might be more exciting. We'll see. Right now, what it seems like you're doing is you're finding support at prior areas of resistance. That's nice. Even if you go a little bit lower, I would still say that you're still finding support at prior areas of resistance here, and prior areas of support and resistance right there, support right there. You know, it's all kind of in tandem with this $1.40, $1.38 area, whatever, right? 4 hour time frame, the RSI, it's a bit volatile. It's a bit volatile. You are in areas of strength right now, but it is a bit volatile. I don't really have too much to go off of with this. I don't like that you rejected the overbought zone, but as long as we're not getting oversold, not getting below the 40 level, I think that's okay. Stochastics look like they could cool off a little bit, come down to the 50, cool off. If we consolidate longer, maybe we come back down to the oversold zone. That's fine. The MACD crossing above the 0 is a good thing. The last time that happened, it was good for a moment, and then we came back down. But we did get like a fake out to the downside. So I'm a little bit more encouraged by this cross than the last cross here. This one looks a little bit more methodical, a little bit more fought for. You rejected the 0, showing your bearish hand, but that was a farce, that was a lie, that was a false, and now you're moving up. I think this has a better chance to continue. I really do. And again, you are breaking above these points of resistance that you held before. That's something to note as well. Daily time frame. Building bullish momentum. You're right on the fringe of that. If today closes lower than it is now, this will turn pale green. You're not building bullish momentum anymore, but for now it does look like you're building bullish momentum. That's good, you guys. That's really good, actually. The MACD itself overall is in a bearish posturing, being below the zero, but you've got some good stuff going on right now. I like to see that. It'd be nice if, even if you do go a little bit lower by the end of the day, if you could come back up and close today here. Right, you want consistent building. If it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. The sky's not falling, but you do want consistent building. The stochastics do look bullish. The stochastics very much made me believe that we have higher to go from here. And the RSI is neutral. It's very neutral, but so is the price action. So at the end of the day, I think a good goal to have for XRP would be to get above this $1.48 level. Of course, it would be nicer to get above here, this daily high close. Of course, it'd be nicer to get above this wicking high close here, but I'm going to count this as kind of like a blemish. I feel like looking at this here, you found support, found resistance, 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 all in this area. It makes sense to me that like $1.48, maybe $1.50 is a significant level. Whenever we get above there on a daily closing basis, above like $1.50 on a daily closing basis, that really helps substantiate this as a higher low, and it brings forth this idea that we very well could be continuing to climb back up to this $2 area. The call has been for XRP that we would find a higher low, that we would not go below this low. I've very adamantly made that call several times. And the call is that we will break out from here, we will move up, and we will likely go up to this $2 area. The question is thereafter, do we find resistance? Is this just another lower high in this trajectory? That's why it's around this $2, $2.20 area. Do we find resistance? Do we get a higher low? Do we get a lower low? Are we going to go below $1? That's kind of my expectation. Is this bear market going to persist for XRP? Or do we break this trend and do we continue going higher afterwards? I mean, that could be as well. That's also a possibility. I mean, you broke through this area of support that you held for a while. You broke through this area here. People capitulate. Now it's time to rally. I mean, that's a tale as old as time. Let's look at this on something with a little bit more history. You do have weekly bullish divergence on your MACD. You do. It looks good. You've got a bit of a double bottom on your weekly RSI. Do not fade double bottoms. I don't care how they look, man. I don't care how they look. They could look, let's just see. They could look like this, like a more formal double bottom. They can look like this, where they're just somewhat insignificant seeming, but still it's a double bottom. Do not fade, especially on the weekly time frame. Double bottoms on the RSI, you guys. That is interesting. That is definitely interesting. With the bullish divergence too, and the stochastics coming out of the oversold zone, this is a pretty bullish setup to be in. Now, that doesn't mean that we're flying through the roof. It could. XRP only moves really at one pace. But it definitely does add to the likelihood that we will return to this $2 area. The question then is, do we break this trend line, or does it uphold and we go lower? I don't really have anything else to say. I think that's good enough. You know, I think it's the same thing that it's been, and this is again part of why like I've wanted to make daily videos on XRP, but I haven't necessarily felt too bad about it because we haven't really gone anywhere over the past month, and the game plan has not changed at all. Right? Even if Bitcoin saw lower lows, which it didn't, I was proven wrong there, but even if it did see lower lows, the game plan is still the same with XRP. I'm not expecting a lower low here. Even if it is a lower low, it would be slight. I don't think we're ready to go below $1. I do think we will go below $1 at some point here, but it'll be after we interact with this $2 zone. If we have to come down lower and get a higher low, fine. That's fine, whatever. If we have to go lower and see a slightly lower low, that's fine. But I highly doubt, again, from here that we'd break. I would think that we're more likely to go to something above $2 than we are to go below $1 first, okay? I don't really have anything else to say. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.